You're running a business, wearing every hat, and now you're supposed to be a cybersecurity expert too. I get it. You didn't sign up to become a security specialist when you started your company. Here's what keeps me up at night. Account takeover attacks against small businesses jumped 250% in 2024. One successful attack can drain tens of thousands of dollars in a single move. For many owners, that is payroll and rent in one shot. It can be the difference between staying open and shutting down. Most of the advice out there assumes you have an IT department and unlimited time to compare security tools. You don't. You need clarity, not complexity. I'm Kevin, CEO of Sentree Systems. My job is giving you straightforward cybersecurity that fits your reality. I'm going to show you exactly 3 tools that work and how they helped a 25-person manufacturer stop an $85,000 wire transfer. No overwhelming technical jargon, just protection that makes sense for businesses like yours. What you actually want is peace of mind. You want to know your accounts are secure before something goes wrong, not after. That's exactly what I'm going to give you today. Last month, I worked with a manufacturing company in Ohio. 25 employees, family-owned for 3 generations. They thought they were doing everything right. Strong passwords, across the board, regular software updates, quarterly employee training on phishing emails. Then their CEO received what looked like an urgent wire transfer request from their CFO's email address. The message was professional, used internal terminology, and referenced a legitimate vendor payment that was actually overdue. But something felt off. The timing was unusual. Their CFO typically handled these requests first thing in the morning, not at 3 p.m. The tone was slightly more formal than usual. Here's what had actually happened. Cybercriminals had compromised the CFO's Microsoft 365 account using a tactic called credential stuffing. They took his email and password from a previous data breach at a completely different company and tried it everywhere until they found a match. The criminals spent 2 weeks quietly watching email patterns, learning how the company communicated, and studying their vendor relationships. They were preparing for the perfect moment to strike. The wire transfer request was for $85,000. That was their entire quarterly payroll. If that money had gone out, they would have struggled to make payroll for 3 months. But here's what saved them. They had set up business-grade security tools, including sign-in alerts on Microsoft 365 that were quietly monitoring for suspicious login attempts. The system flagged access from Romania and immediately sent alerts to both the CFO and their IT contact. The CEO's gut instinct, combined with that early warning system, prevented a devastating loss. This got me thinking about what separated this business from the ones that lose everything. The difference comes down to 3 layers of protection that work together, not just strong passwords. First, you need a business-grade password manager. And I mean business-grade, not the consumer version you might use at home. A platform like LastPass Business gives you something consumer versions can't: centralized control over your entire team's passwords. You don't have time to police everyone's passwords, and you shouldn't have to. The system does it for you. It automatically generates strong, unique passwords for every account, stores them securely, and fills them in when your team needs them. But here's the part most business owners never hear about. The system continuously scans dark web databases for compromised credentials. The system continuously scans dark web databases for compromised credentials. When your employee's password shows up in a breach somewhere else, the system forces an immediate password change before criminals can use it against you. For many businesses, this kind of setup slashes password-related IT support calls, fewer "I forgot my password" tickets, fewer employees writing passwords on sticky notes. Your team gets back to work instead of wrestling with login screens. That Ohio manufacturer I mentioned, this is the kind of early warning that helped them stop that wire transfer before the money left their account. Second layer, single sign-on for your core business applications. Think of SSO as one key that opens every door your employees need. Email, file storage, accounting software, everything. Your team stops wasting time on multiple login screens and gets back to actual work. But the real security advantage is fewer entry points for criminals to attack. Instead of trying to crack 5 different systems, they face one heavily fortified gateway. SSO gives you centralized monitoring of every access attempt across all your business applications. When someone tries to log in from an unusual location or device, you see it immediately. You get automatic audit trails for compliance requirements without extra paperwork. When you hire someone new, they get access to everything through one account setup. When someone leaves, you revoke everything from one place. No wondering if you missed an account somewhere. The compliance benefit alone justifies the investment for most businesses. You get detailed logs of who accessed what and when, and you meet regulatory requirements without dedicating staff time to manual tracking. Third layer, continuous identity monitoring that watches for login attempts from unusual locations or devices. This isn't paranoid, it's practical. The system learns normal patterns for each employee. It knows your accountant typically logs in from the office between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. When someone tries accessing her account from Eastern Europe at 2 a.m., you get immediate alerts. Modern systems are smart enough to distinguish between legitimate travel and actual threats. When your sales manager travels to a client site, the system recognizes the gradual location change and the normal device. It doesn't cry wolf every time someone works remotely. You find out about problems in minutes, not months. That's the difference between stopping an attack and cleaning up after one. That Ohio manufacturer I mentioned earlier, their early warning came from this kind of identity monitoring. The system flagged the unusual login from Romania in time to stop the transfer. This brings up something I hear from business owners constantly. Beyond passwords, what's the biggest challenge you face in managing your business's digital identities? I'd love to hear what keeps you up at night when it comes to protecting your accounts. You're thinking this sounds expensive and complicated. I understand that concern. You're already juggling a dozen priorities and watching every dollar. Here's the reality. Most business password managers for small teams start around $4 to $7 per employee monthly, depending on the plan. SSO capabilities are built into Microsoft Entra ID, which comes with most Microsoft 365 subscriptions, so you may not need a separate SSO product. For a 25-person team, you're often looking at roughly $150 to $250 a month for this whole layer of protection. One prevented wire fraud pays for years of protection. Remember that Ohio manufacturer facing an $85,000 loss? Their total security investment was a tiny fraction of that every month. The return on investment is immediate and measurable. In a typical small business environment, you can roll out these tools in about 2 to 3 weeks, not months. These are modern cloud services designed for businesses exactly like yours, not complex enterprise installations that drag on for months. These tools come with dedicated business support, not consumer help desks where you wait on hold for hours. When you have questions, you talk to people who understand business operations and compliance requirements. Your team adapts faster because it's actually easier than juggling multiple passwords. Instead of remembering dozens of credentials, they click once and get to work. The learning curve goes down, not up. You get back to running your business instead of worrying about the next attack. That peace of mind, Knowing your accounts are monitored 24/7 lets you focus on growth instead of constantly looking over your shoulder. The key takeaway is simple. Proactive monitoring and smart tools are essential for cutting-edge protection. Next time, I will reframe the entire account takeover problem and show you exactly how Sentree Systems offers a complete, done-for-you solution to protect your business from this and other major cyber threats.